All right, hello everyone. Welcome into post-show headlines. I'm Andrew Salchunas with Connor Thomas. You can keep that in there, Dylan. I don't know what the hell just happened to me. I had a stroke. Connor Thomas is in for John for a couple of days. John is on vacation. I'm really struggling.
You're killing the opening. Do you want me to take this off?
No, you just threw me off with the strings comment.
You don't realize until you have to clip these things on how many pairs of clothes you have that has strings on it. I was just observing that.
I'm not wearing any out clothing with strings.
You're not a strings guy.
I guess not. All right,
No
let's try to make this actually good. Post-show headlines, 5 topics, 2 minutes each, even though we started off really great here. Number one, James Bradberry, right before we started recording this, was released by the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, he didn't play last year, and it's for cap relief. Is there any other player that you can think of in Philadelphia that came here and was great, and then they gave him an extension, and then it just stopped? Like, James Bradberry was an all-pro corner when he came here. I remember I was at a golf outing. It was at the Brian Dawkins golf outing when it happened, and I was like, wow, former all-pro with the Giants. Obviously had a down year. Let's see if he can bounce back. And he did, and he was an all-pro. Got the money. We all know the rest of the history, the Drew Lock game, and then doesn't play last year. Is there any other players in Philadelphia that you can think of that had a great run, got paid, and then it just stopped?
Man, it's a tough question, which is probably a good thing that's so tough of a question because that shows that normally the GMs in this town handle their business. I'm trying to think. Tobias Harris was never great here, but I think when he was originally acquired, he looked significantly more like a piece that could be a 3 on a championship winning team, and then you pay him and he disappears in big spots. But I don't know that he was ever, like, we're talking all pro.
Well, I can give you another Eagle. I can give you Wentz.
Yeah.
He got paid because of that rookie season and that second year where, even though it didn't look great statistically, he was fine.
Wentz was definitely one.
He got paid for the year. And I get it. I get why you would pay your franchise quarterback, and good for the Eagles getting out of it as quickly as they did. But Wentz would be an answer where it was a year, he got paid for it, and then he just stopped.
We're going to talk tomorrow about the James Bradberry, Darius Slay thing on the show, but I do think there's something unique and honestly impressive about the way James Bradberry has handled his business in this last year.
Oh, he's actually been a great teammate, and that's why I listen to guys like Andrew DeCecco who report just to report, and they don't do takes and all kinds of nonsense. They're actually in the Eagles locker room, and he talks about how Bradberry was there all the time. And was always there helping players. Speaking of Bradberry, just kind of using him as an example, you mentioned John Ross earlier today. Would you take the ring?
Well,
the Eagles win the Super Bowl. Bradberry's a part of the team. Didn't play. On the team, though, would you take the ring?
If I did not have one from a previous place in my career, then absolutely no doubt in my mind.
Okay.
The only situation where I would ever say no to a Super Bowl ring, I don't care if I carried the water for the team or if I was a starting quarterback, I'm taking the damn ring if it's offered to me, because how often do you get that opportunity? Unless it's like I'm on my final contract, I was cut from somewhere else. Like Devin White.
Yeah.
Devin White, was he part of the Tampa Bay team that won with Brady?
Yes.
I feel like he was.
Yeah.
If I was him, I would say, okay, well, I've already got one on a team that was a big piece of. This feels like a consolation.
Yeah, he got cut. Did he even end up playing? He didn't dress.
He didn't dress. Yeah, so if I had one before, no, but me sitting here today, I'd always take that.
All right, let me ask you this as a side note, a little follow-up, 2-A.
Okay.
Or 2-B, I guess. Adam Eaton, I still remember, when the Phillies won the World Series in 2008. He was not on the team in 2009, if I'm not mistaken. He came for the ring ceremony because the Phillies do it before a game the next season. Yes. And I was at the game, and Burl was off the Phillies at that point. He's with the Giants, right? He went from, I think he left the Phillies after 2008. He came in special for the game, got a huge standing ovation. Adam Eaton got booed.
That's tough.
You should have known that you were going to get booed. You were horrible. So would you go to the ring ceremony, or would you just say, hey, mail it to me?
Well, here's the thing, right? He doesn't get to hang out with the guys. It's before the game. Like, I guess he does in some capacity, but it's like the big moment is you walk out there. If it was a beef and beer, and it was just like, do I want to see my old teammates again? Absolutely.
Yeah, but they got a game to play, so it's not like he's doing beef and beer.
Right.
They got to warm up. So it's not like he's hanging out with them drinking beers.
I would not, and I would also feel bad for the players that are loved by this fan base on that team because you feel like you're taking away from them.
Everyone feels weird. Now you're getting booed. I wouldn't have gone.
It's like when the one fringe friend shows up to something where you were having a good time. Now you're like, we can still have a good time, but not as much because we feel bad in front of you.
Are you that fringe?
Always
friend?
have been, always will be.
All right, question number 3. Those were kind of our sports topics. I have some other random stuff for you today. I'm not going to name names, but we have somebody here at the station that is going to be attending an event with a random stranger, and it's not a date. Would you go to an event? Somebody has a ticket for something. Would you go to that event with that random stranger? Could be game, could be a concert, could be a musical, could be a play.
Yeah.
You name it. Tickets. Hey, I have an extra ticket. Come with me, even though we never met.
There is one acceptable moment in my life where I will do something with a complete stranger where I will go to an event with them.
Okay.
And that would be a golf tee time. If I get paired up with a random person to play golf, listen, you say but I'm spending 4 hours just alone doing a conversation
with this random
that person.
Yeah.
And I'm totally fine. I'd never go to a game. I'd never go to a concert, a play. No, I don't know, man. It feels like an awkward situation now. If I even slightly know somebody, a friend of a friend, sure. Like it's not a
I mean, like thing. You've never met this person,
then no.
Ever, and it's like I got a ticket if you want to go.
I love people, but there's some weirdos out there.
And in case people are wondering, no, it's not like hoping for a date. It's like, hey, I have an extra ticket. You can join me and this other person I'm bringing.
Yeah, totally platonic. Going to a game with a stranger? No,
I would not do that. Nah. All right, speaking of going to games or going to events. So Haley should just bought some Phillies tickets.
Oh, yeah.
And for some reason, when she said I just bought tickets, my first thought was I can't wait to go to a game and get a damn hot dog and get a beer. Right? I can't wait for it. Whether I bring my son or not, I can't wait at some point, hot dog and a beer at Citizens Bank Park. Food per sporting event. I don't do hot dogs at any other game.
Okay.
These Sixers, during the process days, did Dollar Dog Night, and it felt weird to me.
Yeah, because a hot dog feels baseball.
It feels baseball. So what foods go to what sporting events?
Okay, so hot dog, definitely baseball.
Yes.
Totally cool with that. I feel like you're looking at, when I think popcorn, I'm thinking a Sixers game.
Yeah, but my wife loves the popcorn at Citizens Bank Park.
I got you, but like this is, do I get my personal choices? Come on, man. Like popcorn, I always associate inside a little bit more. And also winter, it's a warmer food. I don't know, that doesn't play with a hot dog, but that's my gut feeling. The Flyers, crab fries, man. I got to be honest. That's my Chickies and Pete go-to. I know they're available everywhere. And football, this is the one. Football's a heavy sandwich. Whether that's a cheesesteak, whether that's
I could see that.
Yeah, the Italian beef, like that's.
Well, so I was gonna go brat.
Yeah.
But like, brat can go. It's a squares or rectangles.
A brat can play in the hot dog league.
Yes, but a hot dog can't go to football.
No. A hot dog is not qualified for the brat league. But if a brat wanted to play down on like a rehab start, it could play in the hot dog league.
I don't know why that is, but you associate certain sports with foods. Yeah. All right, last one. Dylan McKinnon made a major mistake today with Guess the Philly. And people can watch the Guess the Philly eventually. What's the biggest mistake you ever made at any job you did? Because this is Dylan's biggest mistake. Like Dylan is going down in history with this screw up. What is the biggest mistake you ever made at a job?
Biggest mistake it had to have been something in mortgages because I haven't really, I don't want to say I'm the perfect employee here, but I haven't really messed a lot of stuff up here at the Fanatic.
I spilled coffee on the board once and that was terrifying.
That's not great. I've spilled stuff in studio before, but never on the board. No, there's definitely been times in mortgages where I've sent documents to the wrong person that were sensitive. Now, the way it is you have to have a code to get into the DocuSign.
Okay.
So they weren't able to access them.
They could have guessed the code.
If something goes wrong, that was, and I was a 22-year-old moron kid that's just trying to get people refinances on their house. That's a major screw up that could have been really bad. I
worked at Chick-fil-A, as did you, once in your life. You know the iced tea and the lemonade things?
Of course.
So it's above your head.
Right, you got to lift the bucket way up. Oh, you spilled the whole bucket? No, you didn't.
I didn't angle it correctly. It bent and like my arms wobbled and I just dropped lemonade everywhere.
That's bad.
And of course I had to clean it up. I'm soaked. You're only wearing, there's no change of clothes. You got to wear the attire with the little name tag. I dumped the entire thing of lemonade.
See, I was a stay away from work guy at Chick-fil-A. I used to, when we would close up at night, I would clean the play area.
That's what I did.
And I would climb up to the top of the tube, and I would sit up there and hide for about 10 minutes, and then just come out later and be like, it's done.
See, this is what I would do. I would spray the slide because there's kids pee on it.
Well,
so I'm spraying the slide, and then I would slide down with the wipes.
You go head first?
Yeah, with the wipes. And then, now that I know the bottom was clean, I would go backwards and spray the top as if I was like...
Oh, yeah, you're just like
a shooter. And then I would do the same thing, wiping it down. Because I didn't want to touch that stuff. That stuff was
you didn't have to. You could have just sat up there.
Filled with germs.
Better employee than me.
Yes, I am. That's what they say. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day. Like, subscribe, everything that's going on our YouTube feed. Make sure you check out Guess the Philly because Dylan made a historic mistake that can never be forgiven. Everybody have a great rest of your day. I'm glad that I rebounded from the start of this where I sounded like I was having a lot of mental issues.
You finished strong.
Talk to you tomorrow morning on The Fanatic. Hey guys, Andrew Salchunas from Kincaid and Salchunas. Thank you for checking out all of our stuff on YouTube. Make sure you click, like, subscribe on everything that you see. And of course, you can see everything from our YouTube feed. Full shows, interviews, when John's being an idiot, which is like 15 times a day. So make sure you check out all of our stuff on YouTube. We appreciate it.